All right. Let's start off and look into the price action for uh today. Let's see what we saw. Okay. Starting off this week, we came off of a very bullish previous week on the daily. I was still seeing bullish price action, nothing to really go bearish off of initially. On the 4 hour, I saw a nice dip in here, a really bullish reaction, which is even more confidence that we're probably going to continue higher. We had a nice 4 hour gap. I was eyeing the new week opening gap as a potential draw if we did want to dip uh, lower than we did right now. So starting off, the 1 hour was looking not too bad. It didn't look too bad. The first thing that I noticed was how London session what kind of was reacting in the morning. So starting off, there was also no news today, which um, is something to be noted. So looking at this, we had Asia, which went up. London dropped into Asia and then continued higher, took out Asia highs, and then continued to pretty much drop lower. I watched this reaction here and I marked it up in the morning. I wanted to see if we continue higher, a possible reaction here, which we had here, but then we had a 15-minute gap, kind of keeping price down. So by the time the macro started, we were already rejecting this gap here as well. So that kind of confirmed that we'd probably go lower, possibly Asia lows, possibly down to the new week opening gap. But do remember that this is a 4 hour bullish and all the higher time frames are currently still very bullish. So I wasn't exactly sold off of a short unless it was very high confluence. Um, Moving in initially, I didn't really see much. There was a 5 minute gap against the initial long if I wanted to go higher, and a 15 minute that was forming, so I wasn't convinced to really go long here. It would have played out fairly nicely. Actually, I did mark this out. Let me take that back because there was that 5 minute. Yeah, so this was actually my target if I did take this long. We had swept Asia lows nicely, but the only thing was it didn't align with my uh, trade plan because we did not have a displacement on ES. So looking at the same data, there was no displacement. It kind of got closed over. So we kind of just didn't have the same sort of confluence that I needed to see. So overall, the trade would have been perfectly manageable there with a, or actually it's more like right there. But I had my 2R fit into that move, so that would have been nice. But it just didn't offer the confluences I was looking for. And then eventually we pushed into the 15-minute gap. With that, I wanted to see a sweep and then a break. So we had that, but it was after my macro, so I was not interested anymore. And then coming into the second macro, price was actually kind of interesting. Most of it, all I was seeing was higher lows and lower highs. So it was just kind of like the channeling. We kind of broke out here as well on ES2, and it was on high volume, so it was kind of a good confluence. But that was straight into that 15-minute, so I wasn't really even interested in longs at all. But then instantly we had that break, so I did think we would go lower off of it. But by the time uh, we had a entry available, it was too late anyways. So, and that would have been a break even trade for me. Um, Overall, yeah, I was 50-50 on that trade. The best position to me would have been this one because it lined up with my high time frame bias. The short wasn't bad. It just would have been a break even trade. Overall, the day was pretty decent. I mean, it was just a lot of ranging price action. Nothing really crazy going on, but it was interesting to kind of just mark up price, see kind of what's going on, and be able to just sit on my hands and wait um, for something clean and clear to happen, which just didn't happen in my macro today. Um, that being said, it's a good day. I'm going to come back and let's see the price action for this week. We got 4th of July coming up, so that'll be interesting. All right.